It's a funky party, just you and me. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Ooh, yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, ooh, yeah. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. Ooh. They share a moment in the cool night air. A funky kind of magic only they can share. Ay. Funky Bones, don't you bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples open wide. Coming close, just a nibble, don't be afraid. No afraid. Look at them dogs. Funky Bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Oh yeah. It's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey, hey. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky Bones, Funky Bones, don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share.
Little gray munching on the hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, he don't care why, wings of earth, he aims so high. Freedom in his furry flight, sun and moon his only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Posh and grind, he's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
Scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Futons at playgrounds, teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast but teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Futons at playgrounds, teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast but teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly. giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the ways she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush plays in a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws, leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession, like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite marks, stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Shingle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies come, big brother falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops. Eat the cookie. He's a cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating. 'Cause he's a cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating. 'Cause he's a cookie cat. One, two, three, four.
In a kingdom far away, there's a princess named Kira, with beautiful brown locks and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny turned to two, and two turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart's forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunnies by your side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist.
Hi guys. We're all in the teddy bear blankie. How is everyone? You guys want to go outside for a second and see the sunset? Should we do that? What if people probably just lost the chat? I am not in the house. Are you out of the house? You outside of the house? Definitely. The iPhone. Come on, iPhone, please. There we go. Oh, who dumped their food dish? Donkey the rabbit? Did you just do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, I am gonna feed you guys, but hey, I haven't been outside with you guys in a while. Do you guys want to go outside for just a second and see the sunset? Let's do it. Bunzked, come on. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's turn the lights on because it's a little. Oh, open the door with one hand. We got two phones. Two phone streamer. Oh boy. Okay, so here we go. Here's cricket. Oh, back of my car. Okay. All right, here we go. Still storm damage. The evidence is there. Yes. We had a summer of storms. It was sometimes you have the summer of love. Sometimes you have the summer of storms. Ooh, this is my little baby persimmon tree. Wait, where are you, persimmon tree? There you are. Do we have any persimmon? It's not persimoning yet. Northern catalpa tree. Oh gosh, this poor tree needs water. I think the caterpillars. Ooh, I think the caterpillars have been eating this dude. Wait a minute. Oh no, they're eating the. No, they're eating everything. Okay. Well, caterpillars need to live too. Guys, how is everyone doing? Woody Woodland Loops, you're driving. Okay, dude. You going anywhere fun? Hi, Mr. Weezebanana. Now waiting the presence of the lovely Captain Kira, Queen of the Bunz. That was lovely of you, Mr. Hoolin Mooly. Weezebanana split. Yes, doobie doo doo. That's like the most delicious thing in the world, banana. So I hope you're very happy about that. But when you're here early, so let's sing you. Banana, Mr. Weeze, banana, Mr. Weeze, banana, Mr. Weeze, banana, frittata, pina colada, Mr. Weeze, banana. Yeah. Senor Loop-de-Loop is driving around the country. Where are you going? Do you mind me asking? Maybe I shouldn't ask. Yeah, we're watching the Bunz, the giant Bunz set. We're gonna go in just a second because the bunnies are probably freaking out right now. They're probably like, dudette, you just came in here and you're not feeding us. Geeks Magikster K Dog, you should listen to the song Running with Angels by Sons of Sunday. Oh, I want to hear that. I would like to hear that. Faux show. But yeah, let me get outside for a second. Look at this. I mean, this glory or what? Just all these fatty bats, two of them flying together. Oh my gosh, I don't know if that was visible at all. Gosh, the bats won't be out for too much longer. I'm gonna enjoy them while I can. Oh, hello, dude. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Let him go. Where's your friend? He's fast. They're very fast. They gotta catch. They gotta be fast because they're catching bugs. And believe me, there's still bugs. There are still bugs out here. Wait, one? Oh, I think I saw a third bat. Hey, that's one. Oh, nope, there he goes. There you go. Get the bugs, dude. You're so good at it. Yes. There we go. Oh, loopty. He's going loopty. Woodland loops. He's doing loopty loops. Man, they're so cool. They're like little sky puppies. Just like little sky puppies. Oh, man, these guys are fast. All right. Okay, my arms. I'm getting a little tired. Oh my god. All right. There's the giant Bunz enclosure out that way. Guys, I made do you ever make sun tea? Check this out. This is my sun tea. And it's green tea with jasmine with some black tea bags and then a bunch of star anise. These big guys, these like things up here that star anise. So I think it's gonna be kinda licoricey flavored, anise flavored, whatever. Tea. Excited. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Dusty. Oh, she's, like, trapped herself. Listen, Dusty, you're supposed to be this is showtime. Girlfriend, girlfriend, please get out from under the futon. Guess what? It's showtime. It's showtime, Dust. Dusty, yeah, yeah. Come on. Goodness. Goodness gracious. You know what, you guys, I'm getting there's my fruit smoothie. Okay. We are gonna go feed the bunnies. It's gonna happen. Get Dusty. I knew you'd find a way through the fence. Oh, you guys. At least no one has really broken through the enclosure today, really. The upstairs enclosure, but hi. Hi, mister. Hi, are you gonna do some sweeping? Yeah, I'll buy all the cleaning stuff? Nice. Oh my gosh, they're all ready for food. Hey, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. In half, let's see, I'm gonna pat down. Um, Sometimes it doesn't work out to watch the stream. Like I was probably cleaning at that time yesterday. Well, you can always pop up the stream and just listen to the audio. You can send me a link for the YouTube of it on Discord. Fabulous. Thank you, Kristen. Can't have the stream in the background when I'm inside when you're inside a water tank? I see what you mean, Wes. That's an extreme cleaning situation. Wes is like a pioneer, man. He always is like out doing like in the wilderness and like doing farm chores and um Wes Wes is pioneer, man. Okay, look at this. We got our food. Yes, we do, Mr. Sluggy Pants. Yeah, guys, your food's coming. Oh, who's coming now? Wait, that was Gwynnie. Papa Rabbit's coming up. Uh, what happens when rabbits decide to fight? And luckily, mostly fur just comes off. Oh my gosh, I almost dumped the food down the stairs. All right, kiddos, I'm gonna put this in the middle of the room, so please, can you guys? There we go. There it is, guys-os. All right, and I'm gonna get drink is over here. I'm like sweating. It is still hot outside, you guys. Definitely hot outside. Look at this. You're the only one that's coming. Well, no, you're the only one that's eating dinner. Okay, this is usual for Papa Rabbit. He lets his kids, his baby bunny boy eat first. That's so sweet. And then we got Mr. Badonkadonk. He's just a cutie pie. He just dumped his food dish. He has a big hay box to play in today, you guys. Very cool. Okay, so step over. Winnie Pants, don't mind me. I'm just gonna climb over you, buddy. I think I am. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna sit on this clean teddy bear blanket. Thank you, oh little brother of mine who sent me this teddy bear blanket that I'm using for my pet rabbits. What happens? What happens when your brother doesn't watch your stream? What else did I miss in the chat? I don't know if I read everything. Let's see here. Okay, no, I saw everything. I saw everything. But yeah, how is everyone today? It's been a hot day. It's been a hot day in Bunzville. Yeah, I am totally sweating. I'm so happy I got to see those bats. Go back. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy we got to see the bats out there. Wait, Christian Cheyenne Star, what is that? Is that a face? I don't know what that emoji is. I can't expand the chat and I can't do it. I don't even know how to do it. Yeah. How is everyone's day? What is going on? Buns Bunset, Geizos, Yumsville, Buns, Bunzos, Floofy. Those are my keywords. Those are my core values. That is my love language. Wait, Kristen, what's the emoji for? That's kind of what I thought it was, but it also kind of looks like someone with goggles on. Oh my gosh, I just remembered I was supposed to have this smoothie earlier. I put um powdered yerba. It's yerba matcha. You know, matcha being like a powdered tea. So it's powdered yerba I put in this smoothie. So oh my gosh, how much caffeine is going to be in this? We shall see. I do intend to go running after the stream tonight, you guys. My knee, I probably shouldn't go running because of my knee. But the stairs, it's like mainly the stairs and climbing over stuff that's been not good for my knee. Or getting up off the floor. That's also not been very good, but I'm determined to get back to running. I can't wait any longer. Because I actually am not I mean, I'm tired. I'm always tired, but I'm not like totally exhausted. This week has not been I don't know. Today is not quite as bad. You got in trouble 3 times today. Did I hear about all these 3 times today, Kristen? Have I heard about Okay, I know about the Did you hit a kid, right? You hit a kid. Okay, you fell asleep in class. You hit a kid and what was the other thing? Yearbook oh, Wes, yeah. Maybe my running will be, like, awesome tonight because I'll be all hopped up on I'll be running on yerba. I will literally be like, my tank is filled with yerba, matcha yerba. Oh my gosh. I just realized my brother gave me this plaid blanket too. I know he's not watching this stream because he would be complaining. He'd be like, Kira, what's up with my blankets with the bunnies? You gave nice polar fleece blankies for your bunnies? Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, everything that my brother gives me, I'm gonna give to the rabbits. And we'll see when he finally pops up the stream. Wait, you got in trouble for being on my phone? I was on my phone to look at my music playlist to listen to music. Are you guys allowed? I wondered about this, Kristen. Are you guys allowed to have, I mean, like, how much phone access are you allowed to have? Is it only during, like, when you're walking from class to class and lunchtime? Like, how do they do that? Let's go see Donkey. Donkey, you're this is kind of looking like a hurricane blew through here, but Donkey was cuddled with all of his stuffies today. It was so cute. He was like in this little corner here. How you doing, bud? It's a little crowded in here. Yeah, get your stuffed animals back in place. Oh my gosh, Dusty started to eat the other ear too of your chinchilla. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to sew that guy back together. Yeah, Dusty was very mean to your stuffed animals, Donkey. Ew, this guy's hungry. Mister? You hi, sweetie. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. We can only be on our phones lunch, morning, and the end of the day. Okay. I mean, Kristen, I'm not telling on you or anything because I highly doubt any of your teachers are watching this stream, but um frequently get texts from you throughout the day, Kristen. Maybe not throughout the whole day, but like um Dusty. Oh gosh, she finally realized that dinner was going on. That's so funny. She just dashed in. But I'm not trying to tell on you or anything, Kristen. I mean, maybe it's just like maybe you have a really long lunchtime or something, and that's how you're texting me. Although you guys probably get out of school kind of early if you start early. I think my high school technically ended at 2:45. Is that I don't even know. Something like that. But then of course we had like us I had all these school activities afterwards that I had to stay, after school, and then like when we would do the musical and stuff, we would be at the high school, or depending, like a lot most and every year we combined with another high school to do our musical. And so one year it would be at all the rehearsals would be at our high school, the next year it would be at the other high school. And so like sometimes you had to commute to like every rehearsal if it was at the other high school, and you'd be there till like late at night every night. It was a lot of work. And so I would have the longest days. I'd get home at like 11 at night and school started at like 7:45 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Late but here. Well, you haven't missed 1984, AJ Punk. Now that you're here, now that it tells me that you can read some of 1984. Trying to remember. I think if I look at the page, I will remember where we left off because it was something. Yeah, there was something about it that I thought, I think I'm gonna remember that. Donkey starting beef on the Discord and pretending nothing ever happened. Oh. Is that Surbun Donk? Did you do that? Oh, that is stupid, and I can only listen to my music in one of my classes. That's too bad. Which one can you listen to music to? Like gym class or something? You still have gym class? You have 7:45 until 2:40. Oh my gosh, high school hasn't changed much, has it? It's just 5 minutes shorter. Oh my goodness. Triple R ranch dressing smoothie. You also almost had a panic attack? You know, if you start to think you're having a panic attack, like, look at pictures of Dom, you know? Or look at old streams of him. I mean, can you really feel that panicky when you're looking at one of these guys? They're like anti-panic, um, they're anti-panic devices. He's cutie. Yeah, you're pretty darn precious, since you are. But yeah, in digital design? Because are you just kind of point, click, you're just working with at your own computer station? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, not what I intended, but so my camera feed, you know, the my that my phone is providing is live. The the edges, which are supposed to be the rest of the room, that's from last night. 'Cause that's the, infrared, you know, when the infrared stuff pops on it. So that camera feed is from when I turned the stream off last night. That's cute. Oh, well. But I also have an IEP on. I can listen to music in class, and none of my teachers will let me listen to music. Oh, your individualized, like, education plan? So that means, like, you have an exception to the rule because you need that. Like, it helps you to function. Is that it? Oh my gosh, I wish that girl was the girl from last night. Was her name Lisa? I wish she was here because the angle that I just had really showed Donkey's pretty lavender eyes. Yeah, sure did. Sure did, my love. Yeah. Oh, he's doing teeth grind. My goodness, there's a lot of donk. There's a lot of donk in here. Historian, the old giant Bunz historian. He's just arrived with a flourish from Gloria. While driving around in his DeLorean, while dressed as the very slick Mandalorian, Mr. Prestorian. and he's singing along to Gorian. Now he's playing along on his lovely golden accordion. That Mr. Prestorian. And then he's gonna zoom on home to his girlfriend, who just happens to be Salvadorian. And she's right now putting together some Samorian. And they'll watch Giant Buns and listen to 1984 because AJ Punk is here tonight. And then start to get sleepy. Then put their feet up and will be a snoring with Mr. Prestorian. Welcome, Prestorian. How you doing? Um, we've got a nice group here in the chat. I think we could read 1984 in a little bit. You also did something stupid in one of your classes, then one of my friends yelled at me for doing it. Is this something you can say on the stream, or do you not want to say it, or should you not say it? You did something stupid. I'm trying to think what it could be. I don't know. I think the worst thing that I used to do in class was fall asleep, and I got called out on it quite often. It just depended if it was right after lunch or it was the last class of the day, there could be trouble. There could be trouble right there in River City. "1984, you're never a boring." I shouldn't say what I did, but you should know what it would be. Yeah, I think I already said what you did. Yeah, I think I know. Okay, we'll move past that. We'll move past that, and you should also move past doing stupid stuff in class. You know what? Here's the thing. When I was in class, I started sketching all of my teachers on the insides of my book covers back when we used real books, okay? And so I still have quite a few of these books. Because a lot of them were like, from like English class were like novels like Catcher in the Rye, stuff like that, like Shakespeare and Hamlet, and like the Edith, whatever her name is, the mythology book where it's all like the Greek mythology stories. Is Edith Hamilton? I don't know. But I kept those and I open them up and I can see all of the different pictures. I would draw myself, I would draw all the teachers I had. You know, just you can kind of distract yourself with, and you're an amazing artist, Kristen. So just like draw all your teachers. You were just cooking dinner? Cool, Christorian. What are you making? I was on the front row of my high school history class and I would almost always fall asleep. The teacher's voice was so soft. Oh my gosh. I know it doesn't help when they have like a soft, soothing voice. Don't forget to like the stream. Oh, yes. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. Don't drink and drive. Dance with some jive. And please listen to Staying Alive. One of my mom's favorite songs. My mom's a big Bee Gees girl. Oh, yeah. We listen to a lot of Bee Gees in our family. Well, I mean, mainly my mom listened to Bee Gees. Me too. I got into the Bee Gees. My mom got me into them, and then I was like, you know what? They're fun. They're really fun. I'm gonna wag my puppy tail, wag my puppy tail. Look at that beautiful great tail. Oh, he's got a pretty solid belly. Yeah, he does. Oh my gosh, look at the little. He's got it like bent. No, your back foot could do that. Wow, Rachel. This little boy is flexible. Let's go see Dusty and these guys. Let's see the boy psychic. Oh my gosh, come on, Kira, you can do it. You can get up off the floor. You're gonna have to go running tonight, Captain Kira. So you gotta to be able to move. I've had injuries before where I was like, okay, well, I gotta perform. I gotta do this stuff, like run across the stage and do leaps and all that stuff. But like, and I've known other dancers where this has been the same case. It's like you have trouble even walking up to the stage or exiting and walking out of the stage when you're done with your part. But like you get on the stage and like your dancing has been so well rehearsed that you just kind of lock and load. Like you get your body into, dance mode and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Like I've done this many times, a million times, and I'm just gonna do this. But then like you get off stage and you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot that I could barely walk today. It's interesting what you're capable of when you need to, but then afterwards it's like, and I'm crippled. Wow, do you like having the food dish so you can sit in the litter box? Look at this. How cute is that? You're just pretty darn cute tonight. Look at you. You got Papa. You got Slugbird. Oh my goodness, Sluggy, you need some pets? Is this your bunny castle? And you can go up the ramp. I saw Dusty go up this ramp yesterday, but she was trying to run away from Jabba, who accidentally broke in. Because Teeny took the enclosure apart yesterday. So, bunny painting. This is all from Jack. This is all from Jack Squire of Waffle Cone. So if you're watching, Jack, thank you very much. You know it's in good hands. Good paw. It's in good paws. In good paws. Oh my gosh, Sluggo. Sluggo has the longest, like always his claws grow so much faster than the other bunnies. I guess it means you're really healthy. Heck, you're just so cute. Let's clean this lens again. Seems like there's something always getting on here. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. My goodness. Look at you guys look, he has mule ears. He has like ears the size of a full grown mule. I mean, like, this is I've played with mules. I would love to have a mule, and I know that this is pretty darn close to a mule ear. Wow. Okay. Oh, maybe. Okay, they're probably bigger, but donkeys have pretty big ears too. Here, should we move this? Hi. Okay, anyone else have anything to report? And Pristorian, are you cooking anything that you want to talk about? Or don't forget. Oh, I see chicken teriyaki. Oh, look. Why? I mean, I did a tofu teriyaki the other day. In fact, oh gosh, I've done it twice in the last couple of days. Like, yeah, couple of days because it was so good the first time. I have this like coconut secret teriyaki sauce. I can't even remember what's in the stuff, but it's like some kind of coconut product. It's very good. It said it has like half the sodium of soy sauce. I don't really care so much about that. I love sodium. I sometimes do overdo it though with the salt, and then I'll wake up the next morning and my mouth is like dry. Um, Donkey will run. Oh my gosh, those bunny claws. Well, running would on the gravel and stuff would totally wear down the bunny claw. I think I could probably clip Sluggo's nails. Like Dusty, I'm not sure because he is more high strung, but like Sluggy, I think I could do that. I don't know exactly know how short to clip the nails because my other rabbits that I've had in my life. No, I did clip their nails. Now I think I have actually a special clipper for that, but it's just been a while since I've had to do it. With the snuggle babies. I know, it's just so cute. You know, little dagger, a little dagger down there. Oh, my sure. But that's good for digging, and they have been outside digging, and I know that's supposed to wear them down. This is so cute. Now that his kids are done eating and they're all snuggled up and napping, now Papa Bunny comes out to have some food. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. There's a lurker over here. Hi. Hi, baby. And there with my plushies. He's got my bunny slipper. Like, wait, how did you get the bunny slipper on top of you? He must have burrowed under. Oh my god. There's the donkey statue. There's the real donk. So sweet. Are you hanging out with your papa? Yeah, you're trying to get pretty close. Oh, love you, donks. Yeah. Oh my goodness, he's giving me a snout. Look, oh, you guys. I can't even. You're just too adorbs. So guys, let's do 284. We've got I think this is a nice amount of time. Okay. I'm gonna have one more sip of my drink because I did put yerba in here. Dusty, you don't have to. I was just getting my drink down. It's okay. All right. Pastorian, I've got some noodles. Keep forgetting about. Got like a whole case of them. They're gluten free. They're black, made out of black rice. They're really nice. They're very good noodles. I gotta remember to use those. But I can make like a tofu. I don't even have tofu, but I can make some kind of vegetable teriyaki. I don't have tofu, but I've got like these Beyond Meat hot spicy Italian sausage things. Maybe I could use that. Ooh, my gosh, that would actually be really nice. But then it wouldn't. I don't know if I could do teriyaki. You know what I could do? I could just do either walnuts or peanuts teriyaki with vegetables and these black rice noodles. That would be really yummy. Is it cake done? Donkeys. Wait, is it cake? Donkey statue edition. Wait, is that reference to That a reference to Shining Time Station? Like to, Thomas on the Magic Railroad? Is it Kick? And then he, like, breaks the little figurines, like, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little. Whoops. Okay, yeah, I'm a dork, but I love movies like that. Alright, guys. We have 11 people for the reading of 1984. Okay, very cool. Okay, are we ready, people? I gotta hop off the chat and then let me see where I was. Here. Okay, I totally know where we left off. I'm gonna go back just a tiny bit. So Julia says, I'm not interested in the next generation, dear. I'm interested in us. And then, okay, you're only a rebel from the waist downwards, he told her. She thought this brilliantly witty and flung her arms round him in delight. In the ramifications of party doctrine, she had not the faintest interest. Whenever he began to talk of the principles of Ingsoc, doublethink, the mutability of the past and the denial of objective reality, and to use newspeak words, she became bored and confused and said that she never paid any attention to that kind of thing. One knew that it was all rubbish, so why let oneself be worried by it? He knew when to cheer and when to boo, and that was all one needed. If he persisted in talking of such subjects, she had a disconcerting habit of falling asleep. She was one of those people who can go to sleep at any hour and in any position. Talking to her, he realized how easy it was to present an appearance of orthodoxy while having no grasp whatever of what orthodoxy meant. In a way, the worldview of the party imposed itself most successfully on people incapable of understanding it. They could be made to accept the most flagrant violations of reality because they never fully grasped the enormity of what was demanded of them and were not sufficiently interested in public events to notice what was happening. By lack of understanding, they remained sane. They simply swallowed everything, and what they swallowed did them no harm because it left no residue behind. Just as a grain of corn will pass undigested through the body of a bird. Okay. Oh, was the end of I think chapter 5? Let's see. So, oh, that was the end of chapter 6, you guys. Oh, right. Wow, we're really getting through this. Okay, so we're gonna start part 2, chapter 7. Oh my gosh, dude, Dusty, why did you just lick me and then start chewing on my finger? You want the smoothie? I don't know if you can have yerba. Wait, now there's an ad. Oh gosh, how do I get rid of this? Oh dear. Oh, in the world. No, 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 no. I'm not trying to go onto Amazon. Oh, oh dear me. This is weird though. How do I? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're on chapter 6. Isn't that what I said? Chapter 6? Okay. It happened at last. The expected message had come. All his life, it seemed to him, he had been waiting for this to happen. He was walking down the long corridor at the ministry and he was almost at the spot where Julia had slipped the note into his hand when he became aware that someone larger than himself was walking just behind him. The person, whoever it was, gave a small cough, evidently as a prelude to speaking. Winston stopped abruptly and turned. It was O'Brien. At last, they were face to face, and it seemed that his only impulse was to run away. His heart bounded violently. He would have been incapable of speaking. O'Brien, however, had continued forward in the same movement, laying a friendly hand for a moment on Winston's arm, so that the two of them were walking side by side. He began speaking with the peculiar, grave courtesy that differentiated him from the majority of inner party members. Yes. Oh, Dusty's listening. Yeah. Oh, Dusty, I'm gonna have to put some more salve on your ear, baby girl. I had been hoping for an opportunity of talking to you, he said. I was reading one of your Newspeak articles in the Times the other day. You take a scholarly interest in Newspeak, I believe. Winston had recovered part of his self-possession. Hardly scholarly, he said. I'm only an amateur. It's not my subject. I have never had anything to do with the actual construction of the language. But you write it very elegantly, said O'Brien. That is not only my own opinion. I was talking recently to a friend of yours who is certainly an expert. His name has slipped my memory for the moment. Again, Winston's heart stirred painfully. It was inconceivable that this was anything other than a reference to Syme. But Syme was not only dead, he was abolished and unpersoned. Any identifiable reference to him would have been mortally dangerous. O'Brien's remark must obviously have been intended as a signal, a code word. By sharing a small act of thought crime, he had turned the two of them into accomplices. They had continued to stroll slowly down the corridor, but now O'Brien halted. With the curious, disarming friendliness that he always managed to put into the gesture, he resettled his spectacles on his nose. Then he went on. What I had really intended to say was that in your article, I noticed you had used two words which have become obsolete, but they have only become so very recently. Have you seen the 10th edition of the Newspeak Dictionary? No, said Winston. I didn't think it had been issued yet. We're still using the 9th in the records department. The 10th edition is not due to appear for some months, I believe, but a few advance copies have been circulated. I have one myself. It might interest you to look at it, perhaps. Very much so, said Winston, immediately seeing where this tended. Some of the new developments are most ingenious. The reduction in the number of verbs. That is the point that will appeal to you, I think. Let me see. Shall I send a messenger to you with the dictionary? But I am afraid I invariably forgot anything of that kind. Perhaps you could pick it up at my flat some time that suited you. Wait, let me give you my address. They were standing in front of a telescreen. Somewhat absent-mindedly, O'Brien felt two of his pockets and then produced a small leather-colored notebook, excuse me, guys, and a gold ink pencil. Immediately beneath the telescreen in such a position that anyone who was watching at the other end of the instrument could read what he was writing, he scribbled an address, tore out the page, and handed it to Winston. I am usually at home in the evenings, he said. If not, my servant will give you the dictionary. He was gone, leaving Winston holding the scrap of paper, which this time there was no need to conceal. Nevertheless, he carefully memorized what was written on it, and some hours later dropped it into the memory hole along with the mass of other papers. They had been talking to one another for a couple of minutes at the most. There was only one meaning that the episode could possibly have. It had been contrived as a way of letting Winston know O'Brien's address. This was necessary because, except by direct inquiry, it was never possible to discover where anyone lived. There were no directories of any kind. If you ever want to see me, this is where I can be found. What was what O'Brien had been saying to him. Perhaps there would even be a message concealed somewhere in the dictionary. But at any rate, one thing was certain. The conspiracy that he had dreamed of did exist, and he had reached the outer edges of it. He knew that sooner or later he would obey O'Brien's summons, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps after a long delay. He was not certain. What was happening was only the working out of a process that had started years ago. The first step had been a secret, involuntary thought. The second had been the opening of the diary. He had moved from thoughts to words, and now from words to actions. The last step was something that would happen in the ministry of love. He had accepted it. The end was contained in the beginning. It was frightening, or more exactly, it was like a foretaste of death, like being a little less alive. Even while he was speaking to O'Brien, when the meaning of the words had sunk in, a chilly, shuddering feeling had taken possession of his body. He had the sensation of stepping into the dampness of a grave, and it was not much better because he had always known that the grave was there and waiting for him. Wait a minute, was that the end of wow, part two? Okay. Chapter 7. Winston had woken up with his eyes full of tears. Julia rolled sleepily against him, murmuring something that might have been, "What's the matter?" "I dreamt," he began, and stopped short. It was too complex to be put into words. There was the dream itself, and there was a memory connected with it that had swum into his mind in the few seconds after waking. He lay back with his eyes shut, still sodden in the atmosphere of the dream. It was a vast, luminous dream in which his whole life seemed to stretch out before him like a landscape on a summer evening after rain. It had all occurred inside the glass paperweight. The surface of the glass was the dome of the sky. And inside the dome, everything was flooded, clear, soft light in which one could see into interminable distances. The dream had also been comprehended by, indeed, in some sense, it had consisted in a gesture of the arm made by his mother and made 30 years later by the Jewish woman he had seen on the news film, trying to shelter the small boy from the bullets before the helicopter blew them both to pieces. "Do you know," he said, "that until this moment I believed I had murdered my mother?" "Why did you murder her?" said Julia, almost asleep. "I didn't murder her, not physically." In the dream, he had remembered his last glimpse of his mother, and within a few moments of waking, the cluster of small events surrounding it had all come back. It was a memory that he must have deliberately pushed out of his consciousness over many years. He was not certain of the date, but he could not have been less than 10 years old, possibly 12, when it had happened. His father had disappeared some time earlier. How much earlier he could not remember. He remembered better the rackety, uneasy circumstances of the time, the periodical panics about air raids and the sheltering in tube stations, the piles of rubble everywhere, the unintelligible proclamations posted at street corners, the gangs of youths in shirts all the same color, the enormous queues outside the bakeries, the intermittent machine gun fire in the distance, above all, the fact that there was never enough to eat. He remembered long afternoons spent with other boys in scrounging round dustbins and rubbish heaps, picking out the ribs of cabbage leaves, potato peelings, and sometimes even scraps of stale bread crust from which they carefully scraped away the cinders, and also in waiting for the passing of trucks which traveled over a certain route and were known to carry cattle feed, and which, when they jolted over the bad patches in the road, sometimes spilt a few fragments of oil cake. When his father disappeared, his mother did not show any surprise or any violent grief, but a sudden change came over her, seemed to have been completely spiritless. It was evident even to Winston that she was waiting for something that she knew must happen. She did everything that was needed, cooked, washed, mended, made the bed, swept the floor, dusted the mantelpiece, always very slowly, and with a curious lack of superfluous motion. Like an artist's lay figure moving of its own accord, her large, shapely body seemed to relapse naturally into stillness. For hours at a time she would sit, almost immobile on the bed, nursing his younger sister, a tiny, ailing, very silent child of 2 or 3, with a face made simian by thinness. Very occasionally she would take Winston in her arms and press him against her for a long time without saying anything. He was aware, in spite of his youthfulness and selfishness, that this was somehow connected with the never-mentioned thing that was about to happen. He remembered the room where they lived, a dark, close-smelling room that seemed half filled by a bed with a white counterpane. There was a gas ring in the fender and a shelf where food was kept, and on the landing outside there was a brown earthenware sink common to several rooms. He remembered his mother's statuesque body bending over the gas ring to stir at something in a saucepan. Above all, he remembered his continuous hunger and the fierce, sordid battles at mealtimes. He would ask his mother naggingly over and over again why there was not more food. He would shout and storm at her. He even remembered the tones of his voice, which was beginning to break prematurely and sometimes boomed in a peculiar way. Or he would attempt a sniveling note of pathos in his efforts to get more than his share. His mother was quite ready to give him more than his share. She took it for granted that he, the boy, should have the biggest portion, but however much she gave him, he invariably demanded more. Every meal she would beseech him not to be selfish and to remember that his little sister was sick and also needed food, but it was no use. He would cry out with rage when she stopped ladling. He would try to wrench the saucepan and spoon out of her hands. He would grab bits from his sister's plate. He knew that he was starving the other two, but he could not help it. He even felt that he had a right to do it. The clamorous hunger in his belly seemed to justify him. Between meals, if his mother did not stand guard, he was completely pilfering at the wretched store of food on the shelf. Do you guys want to continue or should we stop here? Let me check in with the chat, you guys. Oops. Mm, okay, yeah. I mean, um, I didn't think people would be chatting. You know what, guys? I'm getting a little sleepy. If I'm gonna go running tonight, I think I've got to strike while the iron is hot, while the iron is awake, right? My goodness, I am yawning. Ooh, I'm keep going. Oh, AJ Punk. You want me to read a little bit more? What are we? Oh, Kristen Cheyenne Star wants me to keep going. Okay, all right. All right, amazing Grinch. Where's Doc? Okay, I think Donkey is in his box hut. Duh, I guess he's in there. You know that or he has left the building. Oh, I see him. Oh, I see that white. I thought that was tile. That's his fur all the way through that other side of the box. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go. We'll read a little bit more. Let's read a little bit more. One day, a chocolate ration was issued. There had been no such issue for weeks or for months past. He remembered quite clearly that precious little morsel of chocolate. It was a 2-ounce slab. They still talked about ounces in those days. Between the three of them, it was obvious that it ought to be divided into 3 equal parts. Suddenly, as though he were listening to somebody else, Winston heard himself demanding in a loud, booming voice that he should be given the whole piece. His mother told him not to be greedy. There was a long, nagging argument that went round and round with shouts, whines, tears, remonstrances, bargainings. His tiny sister, clinging to her mother with both hands, exactly like a baby monkey, sat looking over her shoulder at him with large, mournful eyes. In the end, his mother broke off 3/4 of the chocolate and gave it to Winston, giving the other quarter to his sister. The little girl took hold of it and what the little girl took hold of it and looked at it dully, perhaps not knowing what it was. Winston stood watching her for a moment. Then, with a sudden, swift spring, he had snatched the piece of chocolate out of his sister's hand and was fleeing for the door. Winston, Winston, his mother called after him, come back. Give your sister back her chocolate. He stopped, but he did not come back. His mother's anxious eyes were fixed on his face. Even now, he was thinking about the thing he did not know what it was that was on the point of happening. Hmm. His sister, conscious of having been robbed of something, had set up a feeble wail. Gosh, getting all congested. His mother drew her arm round the child and pressed its face against her breast. Something in the gesture told him that his sister was dying. He turned and fled down the stairs with the chocolate growing sticky in his hand. Hmm. He never saw his mother again. After he had oh my gosh. After he had devoured the chocolate, he felt somewhat ashamed of himself and hung about in the streets for several hours until hunger drove him home. When he came back, his mother had disappeared. This was already becoming normal at that time. Nothing was gone from the room except his mother and his sister. They had not taken any clothes, not even his mother's overcoat. To this day, he did not know with any certainty that his mother was dead. It was perfectly possible that she had merely been sent to a forced labor camp. As for his sister, she might have been removed, like Winston himself, to one of the colonies for homeless children. Reclamation centers, they were called, which had grown up as a result of the Civil War, or she might have been sent to the labor camp along with his mother, simply left somewhere or other to die. The dream was still vivid in his mind, especially the enveloping, protecting gesture of the arm, in which its whole meaning seemed to be contained. His mind went back to another dream of 2 months ago. Exactly as his mother had sat on the dingy, white quilted bed with the child clinging to her, so she had sat in the sunken ship, far underneath him and drowning deeper every minute, but still looking up at him through the darkening water. He told Julia the story of his mother's disappearance. Without opening her eyes, she rolled over and settled herself into a more comfortable position. "I expect you were a beastly little swine in those days," she said indistinctly. "All children are swine." "Yes, but the real point of the story." From her breathing, it was evident that she was going off to sleep again. He would have liked to continue talking about his mother. He did not suppose, from what he could remember of her, that she had been an unusual woman, still less an intelligent one, and yet she had possessed a kind of nobility, a kind of purity, simply because the standards that she obeyed were private ones. Her feelings were her own, and could not be altered from outside. It would not have occurred to her that an action which is ineffectual thereby becomes meaningless. If you loved someone, you loved him, and when you had nothing else to give, you still gave him love. When the last of the chocolate was gone, his mother had clasped the child in her arms. It was no use, it changed nothing. It did not produce more chocolate, it did not avert the child's death or her own, but it seemed natural to her to do it. The refugee woman in the boat had also covered the little boy with her arm, which was no more use against the bullets than a sheet of paper. Terrible thing that the party had done was to persuade you that mere impulses, mere feelings were of no account, while at the same time robbing you of all power over the material world. When once you were in the grip of the party, what you felt or did not feel, what you did or refrained from doing, made literally no difference. Whatever happened, you vanished, and neither you nor your actions were ever heard of again. You were lifted clean out of the stream of history, and yet to the people of only 2 generations ago, this would not have seemed all important because they were not attempting to alter history. They were governed by private loyalties, which they did not question. What mattered were individual relationships, and a completely helpless gesture, an embrace, a tear, a word spoken to a dying man could have value in itself. The proles, it suddenly occurred to him, had remained in this condition. They were not loyal to a party or a country or an idea. They were loyal to one another. For the first time in his life, he did not despise the proles or think of them merely as an inert force which which would one day spring to life and regenerate the world. The proles had stayed human. They had not become hardened inside. They had held on to the primitive emotions which he himself had to relearn by conscious effort. And in thinking this, he remembered, without apparent relevance, how a few weeks ago he had seen a severed hand lying on the pavement and had kicked it into the gutter as though it had been a cabbage stalk. Okay, let's stop there, you guys. Let's stop there. Oh, where do I get the? Okay, all right. I think this is a good time to stop. And I hope you guys are enjoying 1984. Very interesting book, guys. You and the skibbity toilet, Kristen. Are you anyway? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Such a privilege to get to hang out with each and every one of you. And I'm gonna try to go running. Oh man, I can barely like climb over the enclosures. This is not it's not looking real good. But I maybe I can kind of like do a little shuffle run, just kind of scooch. I'll scooch down the road. Um, oh, you guys do. Oh, boy, you guys have really done well. Okay, it's a whole salad tray. See them too for a second. But much love to Mr. Hewlin Mall or Hewlin Mod, as I like to call him. A main man moderator. Much love to Woody Woodland Luke, another main man moderator. Um, Teeny, what are you? My sweetie, there's Yerba in there, Teeny. Oh, she's totally had Yerba before. Peaks Majestic, hey dog, guess what? What? Much love, Hulin Mooly. Much love to you. Kristen Cheyenne Star, Triple R Ranch Dressing, Smoothie K Dog, aka the Mustard Queen. Much love to Mr. Woody Woodland Loops. Much love to AJ Punk, Midwestern Hunk, in the house. Much love to Mr. Prestory, the giant Bunz historian. And much love to Mr. Wees Banana, Mr. Wees Banana, Banana, Mr. Wees Banana. Um, much love to who else is here? We've had 7 people. We had a little bit more than that earlier. So not everyone's chatting, which is totally fine. Totally fine. But yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. I don't think I forgot anyone. But hey, guys in the chat who are not chatting, much love to you, people. Got to see some bats tonight. Yeah, it's been cool. Still really beautiful out. And I hope that I can go running. I could be crawling, I could be creeping, I could be shuffling, I could be scooching down the road. But what am I doing? You know what? I'll be outside, and that's nice. But big love, AJ Punksta. I might get to go to the homecoming dance on what? You're gonna go to a dance? Are you gonna wear a dress? What are you gonna wear? Okay, we gotta talk about this. We gotta discuss this. Homecoming dance. Very exciting. You need someone to help you with your makeup? Or are you gonna do make I don't know, maybe you don't do makeup. I don't know. I'm not much of a hairdresser. I could try, but I'm more of a makeup person. Yeah, keep me posted on that. That's really cute. That's super, super cute. Um, but yeah, let's pop up a song. Let's wrap up the stream. I wish everyone a beautiful evening, rest of your evening. And I'm fascinated to revisit. I've been fascinated to revisit 1984, you guys. So thanks for sharing it with me. It's extra special. And anytime you guys want to discuss anything that we've read after the stream or after I've read it, just tell me and we can discuss it in the chat. Also in the Discord. So yeah. Comparative literature, Bunz style. With bunnies. You know, comparative literature. I mean, it's always more fun with Bunz.
Little gray munching on that hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, you don't care why, wings of earth, they aim so high. Freedom in his furry flight, sun and moon is only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Posh and Gwynnie's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree, bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free, leapfrogging over posh spikes, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, teeny hears a call, ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting feeling 10 feet tall, life's a grand adventure, loving it Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night, feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh Spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow, running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night, feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh Spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow, running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to